Vanya.
Oh, I have some already.
Oh, but I bring you coffee every morning.
Well, you weren't available.
Well, I was briefly in the bathroom. You couldn't wait?
Well, I don't know. I mean, the coffee was already made and you weren't there. I am perfectly capable of pouring coffee into a cup.
But I like bringing you coffee in the morning.
Fine. Why don't you give me that cup and you take this one?
All right. Now I feel better.
I'm glad.
Has the blue heron come out to the pond yet this morning?
Not yet. Ford was here before I was.
It'll probably come later. It's such a beautiful bird.
Yes, it is. Oh, I'm afraid the other cup of coffee tasted better.
Well, it's the same coffee.
Well, maybe I put in more milk than you did. Maybe that's why it tastes better.
I don't normally put in the right amount of milk.
Oh, I don't know. I don't normally think about it. It's just that I was sitting here with one cup of coffee and liking it. And then there was suddenly a different cup of coffee. And I'm liking it slightly less. It's not a big deal. I'm just making pleasant conversation.
That's not making pleasant conversation. It's first thing in the morning and you're implying I don't do anything right.
I didn't say that.
You did.
I didn't.
Well, you implied it.
Forget it. The coffee's delicious. I'm sorry I said anything.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Here, take the original cup back.
No, no, it's not that different. I really should have said nothing. Really, Sonya.
It's all right.
Really, Sonya, the two cups are almost identical. I should have said nothing. I'm sorry, really.
It's all right.
Is that how you're going to be today?
I don't know what you mean.
You just threw the coffee on the floor!
I didn't.
You didn't? What kind of idiotic response is that?
I don't know. It's an angry, I hate my life and I hate you response.
Well, it was very effective then. Good for you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have thrown the cup.
That's all right.
It's just, I had bad dreams last night.
Oh?
I dreamt I was 52 and I wasn't married.
Were you dreaming in the documentary form?
That's not funny.
Really, because I thought it was. You are 52 and you're not married.
And whose fault is that?
Is the answer supposed to be me?
There is no answer. And if I pine for you, that's my business.
Sonya, don't pine after me. I've told you repeatedly. I'm 57, and I'm not interested in you in that way. I march to the sound of a different drummer.
Why must you march to a drummer at all? Why can't we both walk to the sounds of a piccolo?
What? I'm afraid I don't understand that metaphor. Besides, you're my sister.
We're not blood relations. I'm your adopted sister. So I can pine if I want to.
Sonya, I think your pining after me is a tired reflex. I don't think you even like me anymore.
I agree with you. It is a reflex with me now. It comes from our living together. There's no one else in the house. Ever since Mother and Father died and Masha left you and me to take care of them while she went off gallivanting, having a life. Don't you feel angry at Masha because she's had a life?
Well, yes, but it's too late to do anything about it now. You know, I have always admired you for staying behind and doing your duty to taking care of our parents, even though you were adopted. Oh, you put Masha to shame, in my opinion.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course, Masha had a successful career in acting, and you didn't have anything better to do.
Well, a moment ago you gave me a lovely compliment, and now, oh, let's just not talk. I'll keep my sadness to myself.
All right. that. Your sadness is awfully heavy this morning, Sonya. Could you lighten it any?
No.
Could you go sit in a different room, perhaps?
And leave the morning room? But I'm in mourning for my life.
Oh, I hope you're not going to make Chekhov references all day.
If they come up, I may.
It has been our cross to bear that our parents gave us names from Chekhov plays. Oh, how the other children made such fun of us in our mysterious names. Oh, but that was the burden of having two professors for parents, and both so active in community theater. Oh, do you remember how good they were at the Reluctant Debutante? I don't think they were quite as good in the Oyster, though. Did you?
No, but I don't think community theater should do great tragedy.
I don't either. And having professors for parents did have its drawbacks. Father became so enraged if you didn't know something. But honestly, what 7-year-old knows who wrote The Imaginary Invalid? When I answered Neil Simon, he became so angry. But honestly, I was 7.
And they were very, very difficult when they went mental in old age. But oh, how wonderful they were when they were young. Don't you think? Mother was so elegant. And Father showed affection for me often. He called me his little artichoke.
And he liked artichokes, so it was probably a good thing he called you that.
I think so. And he never molested me.
That's nice.
God knows who my original parents were. I bet they were two drunk Irish people who left me alone every night while they went to the pub. So one night, they were so bombed out of their minds, they just walked off the cliff.
Do you have any nice fantasies of who your real parents were?
No.
I see. Oh gosh, this coffee has gone quite cold now.
You're just determined to fight over that coffee, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I was debating whether to go microwave coffee.
Do you want me to do it?
Oh, would you? That would be awfully kind of you. What is the matter with you?
Do I have to do everything?
But you offered to take it. Are you bipolar now?
Yes.
I hear antidepressants help.
If everyone took antidepressants, Chekhov would have had nothing to write about.
I am not going to clean up those broken cups, I'll have you know.
Me neither.
Well, fine. Then there's no solution.
The housekeeper comes today. We'll ask her to do it.
And what if she refuses?
We'll fire her.
All right. We'll never ever clean up the broken cups, and instead we'll sell the house.
You can't sell the house. You don't own it. Masha owns it.
I know Masha owns it, but if we leave broken cups and coffee smells everywhere, I'm sure she'll feel like she has to sell the house. And then you and I can finally live separately since we hate each other so much.
What a good idea.
A very good idea. Oh, it's nice to have a pond to look at in the morning, isn't it? It's pretty.
Yes. I hope the blue heron comes later.
I do too. It's almost as if it's a good omen.
Of course, it eats frogs, so it's not a good omen for them.
It's true. Nature is cruel, but pretty. And I've always thought of the blue heron as a harbinger of good luck.
Beware the Ides of March.
What?
Beware the Ides of March.
March? Isn't it late August?
Beware the middle of the month. Beware of thinking too much. Oh, wretches, into the land of darkness we sail. All around us is full of fire. sail away in a pea-green boat. Dismal moans rise from Bucks County, and the Delaware River overflows its banks. Oh, fools, portents of dismay and calamity yawn beneath yonder cliff. Oh, fools, looking behind, never looking ahead. Hast thou not sensed thy attendant doom?
Cassandra, I thought I've asked you repeatedly to just say good morning, all right?
I see visions, shadows of what lies ahead. 'Tis my curse to see these shadows, and my duty to warn you.
Cassandra, I think you take your name way too seriously.
My name? What do you mean?
You know, Greek mythology. Apollo grants Cassandra the second sight and then curses her so that nobody ever believes her.
Oh, I know that. Thank you very much. Oh dear. Oh, I see something. Oh, something imminent. Oh, one of you is going to take 2 cups of coffee and smack them onto the floor. It'll be you, Vanya.
It already happened.
Aha! So that I was right.
No, you said it was going to happen. It already has happened.
Well, am I correct in assuming that you'll want me to clean it up? Where are the broken cups?
Right back here.
Aha! I knew it. You did it, Vanya. You broke the cups.
That's right, he did.
Just clean them up, would you please?
Clean it up. Clean it up.
Oh, fie on you both. I see doom and destruction swirling all around you.
No, Cassandra. Just say good morning. Try it.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
And yet, what's good about this morning? Oh dear. Oh, I see something. Beware of Hootie Pie. Who? I don't know what Hootie Pie is. I just know you must beware of her. Or it.
Hootie Pie. You know, we really should get a small notebook to write all these things down in for your sanity hearing later.
Hootie Pie. Is that the first name, Hootie Pie, or is Hootie the first name and Pie the last name?
Oh, or maybe Hootie Pie is a pie, and you can order it at a restaurant.
I don't know what Hootie Pie is. I just know you must beware of it. Oh, wretches, beware. Oh, be wary. Something's happening to the house. You may lose the house. Oh,
Lose it?
yes. Someone will come in and sell it out right out from under you. You will walk many miles to the poorhouse.
Surely someone would give us a ride.
No, you will walk.
And I don't think there are such things as the poorhouse anymore.
No, fine. You will live in the gutter then. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go get a dustpan so I can clean up your mess.
I really wish you wouldn't come in here every week saying these terrible things. It feels abusive.
Yes, but sometimes she seems to get some of it right. Remember that time she said a bat was going to get into the house, and it did at 2 a.m.?
Oh, yes, you're right.
Or that time she said I was going to break my middle toe, and minutes later I did?
Yes, but that may have been due to some type of hypnotic suggestion.
Nonetheless, she said those things, and they happened. And when she started to talk about us losing this house where we've been so happy, I became sad and frightened.
Where we've been so happy?
I know I complain, but in some ways, I love it here. It's where I've been since I was 8 years old. I came from an orphanage into a family that either loved me or pretended to. I get confused on that. But it's so pretty here. I love to look out at the pond. I love the wild turkeys that roam the property. I like learning that they're so awkward they sleep in trees and repeatedly fall out of them. I identify with them. I often fall out of bed, thrashing about in my restless asleep. I am a wild turkey. I am a wild turkey. And I love the cherry orchard in the spring. All those pink blossoms, nature so resplendent.
Cherry orchard? What cherry orchard are you talking about?
We have 10 or 11 cherry trees. They blossom every spring. Don't you remember them?
Yes, but you don't call 10 or 11 trees an orchard.
I do. I wouldn't call 2 or 3 trees an orchard, but 10 or 11 trees, I would call an orchard.
Oh, beware the chicken with salmonella. Beware the mushrooms that grow in the meadow.
Just clean up the mess, would you? And besides, your entreaties never tell us what to do to protect ourselves.
Beware of thinking too much. Focus on the little things in life. Putting one foot in front of the other. Enjoying a cup of coffee and not smashing it on the floor. Or perhaps a lovely chocolate cookie.
Ooh, I would like a cookie.
Oh, I would too.
Oh, do you remember when Nana used to bring us tea and graham crackers to tide us over until dinner?
Oh, graham crackers, graham crackers.
And Masha would never have more than one. Even then, she was preparing to be an actress and chose to watch her figure.
Imagine eating just one graham cracker. Masha, I forgot to tell you, she's coming out here today.
Wait, Masha called? She's coming here?
I forgot to tell you.
No, you deliberately did not mention it to me. It's one of the ways in which you make my life unnecessarily difficult.
I forgot to tell you. I am bipolar and I have incipient dementia.
What time did Masha say she was going to be here? Did she say?
In an hour or so. Nope, sugar.
Oh, beware of freaks bearing gifts. A Trojan horse can ride many things. Someone is with your sister. I sense it. He carries Trojans in his back pocket. I'll be in the basement doing laundry if I hear gunshots. I'll come back up.
I really think we need to get a new cleaning woman.
Did Masha say why she was coming?
Oh, dearest Vanya! Sweetest Sonya! Oh, how wonderful it is to see you! Oh, how I've missed you! And this beautiful house! Oh, Spike, darling, would you go back to the car? I forgot my Snow White costume.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Oh, sweetest Vanya! Dearest Sonya! Oh, how I've missed you! Oh, you look the same. Older and sadder. You're the same! Oh, it's wonderful to see you, Vanya! Oh, and you too, Sonya.
Yes, hello. I'm easy to miss.
Well, you are! I often miss you. Oh, when I'm in a play or in a movie, and I think of my dear Sonya, and I think, oh, I miss her. I should call her. Oh, and then I get called to the set, and months go by, and I forget to call. Life happens, no?
Not here it doesn't. We sit still a lot. We look out the window, we bicker, we long for what the world cannot give. We're in our twilight years and we realize we've never really lived.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, I just wish I had time to sit still. I'm always so busy. I'm either on the TV or flying off to some foreign country to film a movie. Oh, I wish I had time to sit and read the classics. To sit in a chair and just read. Do you read the classics, Sonya?
No, I think about it, but I have too much free time. There's so much I could fill my free time with, I just can't make a decision. So I do nothing. I'm a wild turkey. I'm a wild turkey.
Really? How alarming. What's the matter with her?
She's talking about how she always falls out of bed. She's fine, really. Masha, it's wonderful to see you as always, but what is this about a Snow White costume?
Oh, did I forget to tell Sonya?
Probably. Tell me what.
Oh, look at this extremely lovely invitation from that wealthy woman who owns the Dorothy Parker house up the road. She's one of our neighbors here, and she's dying to get to know everyone in the area. She's just throwing a costume party tonight, and she invited me to come.
Well, she didn't invite us.
Well, darling, you're not famous. She invited famous people and literary people and interesting people. Oh, and you and Sonya are interesting, and I told her that. So she wants you both to come with me and Spike tonight.
Spike?
That's my name, don't wear it out.
I'll try not to.
I got your costume.
Oh, thank you, Spike.
Is Spike the name you were given at birth?
No, that's my acting name. My real name was Vlad, but my agent said that was hard to hear. And I was wearing my hair all spiky that day, so he said, "Why don't you call yourself Spike?" So I do.
Spike is a very gifted actor. He was almost cast in the sequel to Entourage. Entourage 2? HBO thought he was wonderful.
Yeah, I should have got that part too.
Oh, but darling, you almost did. You came very close. They brought you into the network. You were down to the last 3.
Yeah, and they put me up in that fancy hotel.
Oh, of course.
Well, maybe you'll come close to getting another part soon.
It's only a matter of time.
Well, next time you'll get the part.
I'm sorry. Who is Spike? Is he your driver?
He's my beloved.
He looks 10.
Vanya, darling, don't exaggerate. He's 29 if he's a day, and I'm only 41. Well, possibly 42.
Hello, you're not alone in the room. Hello.
I'm sorry. It's all just so rather new to me.
Really? You had 5 husbands.
I like other women.
I'm relieved to hear that.
Hey, either there's a spark or there's not. Isn't that right, Ma?
Oh, isn't he adorable?
Well, he's handsome. I don't know if I would use the word for adorable.
Really, Masa, every time I'm around you, you make me feel bad. First, you don't notice me in the room somehow and say hello to me as an afterthought. And now here you are, nearing your dotage, and you've hooked up with some young stud. Well, I am forced to live a succession of tedious days and tedious nights and have never fallen in love with anybody, nor anyone with me. I'm sorry I was adopted into this family. I wish I'd been left in the orphanage and killed myself. Excuse me.
Wow, intense.
She's always been jealous of me, and I'm really just sick of it. I mean, I can't help it if I'm beautiful, intelligent, talented, and successful, can I?
No, I guess you can't.
But the unhappy orphanage lady thinks I'm a stud. That's cool. What about you?
What?
Do you like the way I look?
What?
Spike, darling, I'm sure Vanya thinks you're a perfectly nice-looking young man. Let's just leave it at that. He craves attention slightly, but all good actors do.
I'm hot.
Oh, you
Oh.
are. Yes.
Shouldn't you leave that for other people to tell you?
No, I'm warm. The air is warm. I'm hot. That pond out there, can you swim in it?
Swim in it? Well, it's not very deep. You can wade in it, I guess.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Really, darling, you want to wade in the pond?
Yeah, it's a hot day.
Well, I guess it is. There are frogs in that pond, you know.
I like frogs.
Did you bring a swimsuit?
No, I'll just wade in my underwear.
Well, if that's what you really want, darling. We're so unpredictable.
See you later, babe. I'm gonna go wade in the pond.
The younger generation is like that. They'll just strip down to their underwear in front of everybody.
Did he do that because he knows I'm gay?
No, I'd rather think he did that because he knows I am straight.
Well, that is very peculiar. Did you tell him that I'm gay?
No, why would I? Are you gay? I'm sorry. Did we have some conversation that I forgot?
No. I just kind of always assumed that you assumed.
Well, I did. But I thought you were still in denial or something. or had become asexual from so many years of abstinence. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being a bad sister. Where is Sonya? Oh, that's right, I upset her. I'll apologize later.
You know, I am a trifle surprised to see you with this young man. How old is he?
Oh, Vanya, darling, Spike makes me so happy. He's adventurous and free, fills me with energy. We've been together 3 months.
Well, he certainly is handsome. Is he a good idea?
Oh, don't be so judgmental. I've been just so very lonely these past several years, ever since Robert left me for Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie?
Well, I just say that to make myself feel better. They left me for someone who looked a little like Angelina Jolie. So I comfort myself by saying that it was she. And besides, I haven't been able to hold on to my husbands, and I don't know why. I mean, I'm talented, charming, and successful, yet they leave me. They must be insane.
Why is that young man naked in the pond?
He's naked? Sonya, he is clearly wearing his underwear. That is not naked.
Underwear and naked is all the same to me.
Well, you need glasses.
I need a life. I need a friend. I need a change.
Oh.
And nothing ever changes.
Now, please don't get down in the dumps.
That's easy for you to say. You have a life. You have a career.
I wish you wouldn't be jealous of me. It exhausts me. I mean, even if you were an actress, God forbid, you wouldn't be up for the same roles. I mean, I'm a leading lady, and you're more
Masha, I wouldn't finish that sentence if I were you.
Thank you, Vanya.
You're welcome, Sonya.
It's not as if my career hasn't been without its disappointments. I've suffered too. I mean, I'm known as a movie star. Am I known as a classical actress on the stage?
No, you're not.
Exactly! That's a path that I didn't get to take. Remember when that famous acting teacher wanted to cast me as Masha in Three Sisters? Oh, imagine how wonderful I would have been. Oh, sisters, let us go to Moscow. To Moscow, let us go. Oh, I would have said that with an ache in my voice and in my soul. And it would have been heartbreaking. I feel like the public just doesn't know how heartbreaking that I can be. Oh, missed opportunities. Regret, regret, regret.
Regret. Regret.
Don't change the focus to yourself, Sonya. I'm talking now. You can talk later.
When?
4:30. Anyway, that famous acting teacher said that I was born to play the classics, and that once I did Three Sisters, that I would have one classical triumph after another. Why, I would be the American Judi Dench. But then I had to go and do that movie about the nymphomaniac serial killer. And it was a terrible script. Oh, I was so good at it that it became an enormous hit. We made 5 of them eventually. Did you see all of them?
Oh, yes, we did. We thought you were very good, although they were awfully violent. Sonya had to hide her eyes from the screen a lot.
Yes, I did.
Oh, darling, sensitive, tedious Sonya. You can't face life, can you? Nope, don't answer that. You can talk at 4:30.
Why 4:30?
It's my nap time. No, I'm kidding. It's cocktail hour. Half an hour early. I usually have a white Russian and a drink as well. I'm sorry, I'm amusing myself. You know, that movie, Sexy Killers, really changed my life. I went from being a respected actress to a global celebrity. And there is a difference, you know. Fame now glittering bauble. Who said that?
Captain Hook.
The real Captain Hook?
There is no real Captain. He's only a character in Peter Pan.
Oh. Fame, thou glittering bauble. What an interesting thing for a pirate to say. Well, then they asked me to do the sequel, and it seemed inescapable to me. And we made 5 of them, and those movies made me millions. But my point was that the theater lost a great tragic classical actress, but I didn't get to play my namesake in that famous acting teacher's production of Three Sisters. That's my point.
You keep talking about this famous acting teacher. To whom are you referring?
Derek Soretsky.
Who?
Derek Soretsky. Well, maybe he wasn't famous, but he was famous to me.
When did you study with him?
I don't know. I can't remember dates, decades. I just lived. Oh, but I do recall that we had 3 fabulous sessions together. Oh, he taught a combination of Stanisławian sense memory with Meisner repetition technique. And I would say, "Oh, Olga, let us go to Moscow." And then he would say, "Oh, Olga, let us go to Moscow." And then I would say, "Oh, Olga, let us go to Moscow." And then he would say, "Oh, Olga, let us go to Moscow." And then I would say, "Oh, Olga, Moscow, Moscow, Olga. Oh, Olga, let's go." Oh, I'm sorry. That's sounding incredibly false as I'm saying it. Oh, it makes one think I would have been horrible in Three Sisters. Oh, maybe I would have. Oh, no. I would have been great. Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's just talk about something else. Sonya, what's new with you?
I'm not allowed to speak until 4:30.
Everyone's so touchy here. No, you can talk.
How old is Spike exactly?
Oh, let's talk about something fun. We're going to a party tonight, and a costume one at that. I love costume parties.
We don't have any costumes to wear, Masha.
Well, yes, you do. I had Hootie Pie organize costumes for the both of you when they're in the car.
Hootie Pie?
Who is Hootie Pie?
Why do you both look so frightened?
What did I say? I tried to warn you. I said, beware of Hootie Pie.
Who is this person?
Oh, I was wondering, could I get your autograph? My niece is a big fan of yours. She loves all those sexy killer movies.
Oh, I'd be happy to give you an autograph.
Make it out to Rebecca Sue if you would.
Sure, Becky Sue. Oh, give my best to your niece.
Thank you.
And who are you?
Oh, this is Cassandra. She's our cleaning lady.
They never listen to me. And just this morning, I foretold of an entity named Hootie Pie.
She's not an entity.
Well, then what is she?
Oh, she's my new assistant, and she is completely devoted to me.
You know, it might be fun to go to a party, Vanya. I've been wanting to see the house Dorothy Parker used to live in. Did you see her suicide poem? It was very witty, and at the same time, it actually made you want to kill yourself.
You know, I'm feeling rather hungry after my long drive. Do you think you could make a light lunch for all of us?
I'm the cleaning lady. I'm not the cook.
Well, could you not just make us a modest repast? A salad niçoise, an artichoke quiche perhaps. I'd certainly pay you for your trouble.
I don't want to.
All right, give me back my autograph then.
No.
Yes!
All right, fine. I will make you lunch.
Oh, don't feed us your anger, please.
I'm starting to like the idea of a party. A party might be fun. Maybe I'll meet somebody. At any rate, nobody at the party will know me, so they won't have a bad impression of me. Maybe I can be witty at the party and make new friends. What do you think, Vanya?
Yes, sure.
Well, I'm going as Snow White, and I wanted Spike to go as Prince Charming, but I think he's going as a rap star. Oh, Vanya, you must talk him into the prince, would you please? And Hootie Pie came up with good ideas for the both of you. Vanya, we thought you could be one of the 7 dwarfs. We thought you could go as Grumpy.
But I don't want to be grumpy.
Would suit you.
No, if anything, I should go as Doc. You know, the one with the wire-rimmed glasses and the beard. I think I look like him now that I'm older.
Well, I suppose you could be Doc. He's not as memorable as Grumpy.
What costume did you bring for me?
Oh, Hootie and I thought you could be Dopey. You know, the dwarf Dopey. He's clean shaven, so you wouldn't have to wear a beard.
I don't want to be Toadie.
Oh, forgive me, Sonya. What dwarf do you want to be then?
I don't want to be a dwarf.
Well, I only brought 2 dwarf costumes with me. That's all Hootie Pie had time to make up for me.
Well, Hootie Pie can kiss my...
Oh, wait a minute. Who do you want to be then? Goodness, all this fuss over costumes. It's just a party, for heaven's sake.
I don't want to be your dwarf, Masha. I would like to go as Jean Harlow or Marlene Dietrich.
Well, I must say, I was the one that was invited, and I'm going as Snow White. So I feel like everyone else going to the party must go in a costume connected to me. Snow White is the central figure. I can't have you traipsing around pathetically trying to be Marlene Dietrich.
Oh my, this is getting out of hand. Masha, Sonya doesn't want to go as a dwarf, and quite frankly, I understand her feelings. Now, I don't mind being a dwarf. In fact, I'm happy to be a dwarf. But isn't there some other fairy tale figure that's appealing that Sonya could go as?
No! It has to be from Snow White. It has to be connected. I have an idea. Sonya, do you want to go as the Wicked Witch with the wart on her nose?
I do not want to go as the Wicked Witch with the wart on my nose, Masha. I will go as the beautiful evil queen before she became the Wicked Witch. The one who says, mirror, mirror on the wall, and so on. And I will look good in my costume.
Well, I'm not sure if Hootie Pie will have time to organize such a costume by tonight.
I'll get the costume myself. There's a secondhand store in Upper Blackheady. I'll drive there this afternoon and find some sort of beautiful evil queen costume I can wear tonight.
Oh, good for you, Sonya.
Well, I don't know why you 2 are ganging up on me. You can see why I don't come here that often. What kind of name for a town is Upper Black Eddy, anyway? Pennsylvania scares me sometimes.
Well, what sort of name would you prefer? Manhattan? Upper West Side?
Oh, Sonya, I'm sorry if I offended you with the dwarf costume, but you do whatever makes you happy. I only want to be around happy people.
Who's that young woman Spike is talking to down at the corner?
Young woman? What young woman? Where? Ooh! Spike! Spike! We need you up here! Oh, he can't hear me. Do you have a gong or anything?
What for?
I just want to make some noise and summon him back.
We don't have a gong, but you could probably take a big pot and bang it with a metal spoon.
Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you, Sonya. Cassandra, I need a pot!
I don't think you think I can meet anybody at this party. I think you looked at me with pity when I said that.
Oh, no. One should stay open to new opportunities. I think you could meet somebody at the party tonight.
Our lives are over, aren't they?
I think so.
Still, I'll go to that party, and I won't go dressed as a dwarf.
Oh, I had to struggle with her to get a pot out of the kitchen. And then she started with all this, beware this and beware that
pond.
Oh, did you meet someone?
Yes, she's here visiting her aunt and uncle who live next door. And you're her favorite actress, so she came over here hoping she could meet you.
Oh, how charming. Oh, welcome, you lovely little nymph.
Oh, hello. Oh, it's so thrilling to meet you. My aunt and uncle said you mustn't go bother them, plus she's never ever here. But then we had our binoculars out, and I saw your car pull up the drive, and I thought, I can't believe she's here. I had to meet Masha Hardwick, a woman who was achieved both fame and success in theater and motion pictures. I long to make theater my life, and you're an idol to me, and I'm only here for 3 days, and I hoped I could meet you, but then I didn't dare actually think it would happen, but it has.
Yes, you're meeting me. Hello, hello.
Oh, and today is my name day. Can you just imagine? I mean, Americans like to say birthday, but I like to say name day because I love the plays of Anton Chekhov, and Arena in Three Sisters is always saying, it's my name day.
Oh, yes. Oh, lovely to meet you. You're so very pretty and full of youthful hope and enthusiasm. I wonder if older people find it hard to be around you.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my unconscious speaking. Pay it no mind. Happy name day. What is your name, by the way?
Nina.
Ah! Dang
What's the matter?
Oh, that crazy psychic in the kitchen told me to beware of Nina. And now her name is Nina.
I'm sorry, what?
Hello, Nina. I have a feeling nobody's going to introduce me. I'm kind of like furniture in the room instead of a person. But I'm Sonya, Masha's sister. Although I'm adopted, don't really belong here or anywhere. And that's my brother, Vanya.
Hello, Nina. Happy name day.
Oh, how lovely to meet both of you. And what a funny joke about the furniture.
I told Nina I would introduce her to my manager. And I invited her to the party tonight.
How nice. You know, Spike, I have an idea. Why don't we jump back into the car right now and race back to New York City? I suddenly want to see a Broadway show. Does anybody know how late the half-price ticket booth is open?
No, I want to go to the party. And Nina's so excited about meeting you. She basically worships you, as do I.
Oh, that's so nice, Spike. Thank you. And I am happy that Nina looks up to me. Hello, Nina. Happy name day.
Well, lunch will be a little delayed. I dropped the omelets on the floor, now I have to start over. What did I say? I warned you, beware of Nina.
Sandra, Nina is visiting from next door. She's a lovely, aspiring actress.
Well, I tried to warn you that the curse of Apollo keeps you all from heeding my warnings. Oh, misery and mystery descends upon me like a thundercloud, pregnant with rain and Jupiter's errors. Oh, the true burden, terrible prophecy of my unwanted but unstoppable prelude. Look out, all around us, lions, tigers, bears. Oh, my omelet's a failure. I crush it beneath my foot. Oh, libations, bearers bring guts and entrails, chopped up, served in a shepherd's pie. Something tastes wrong with it. Little wonder. Next time you won't go killing Agamemnon, will you? My pardon's inspected. No, how am I supposed to keep all these things straight in my head when I see Colossus and Calamity lumbering up the walkway? Oh, fools. Oh, wretches. Misery. Magical mystery tour. I know you shall not abide me. You'll ignore me. Because I'm not tall. But I am right. I see doom and destruction to all of you. Lunch in about 20 minutes.
She's a wonderful actress, too. What is that from? What she just recited?
Well, it was from one of the Greek tragedies, I think, but I believe she embellished it slightly.
Tell me. I wonder if this is a stupid question, but what's the difference between acting in a movie
take my shorts off so I can put my pants back on. Now, time for the jewels. Now, I'm not going to zip my zipper up all the way. Not just yet.
Maybe we should watch Spike while he's dressing.
No, it's all right. I don't mind. Now, I'm going to leave my zipper undone because I know I'm going to tuck my shirt in when I get to putting that on.
Should we leave the room until he's finished?
No, I'm almost done. Now, I can do my shirt first. Or I could do my belt. I think I'll do the belt first.
What are you doing? Are you insane?
You told me to do a reverse striptease.
Did I? I'm sure I didn't mean it. Just put your clothes back on, for God's sake.
The older generation is all uptight with their bodies.
Now your clothes are back on. Very good, thank you. We all had a lovely time.
Jeez, you're in a weird mood today.
Maybe I should be going.
No, I was going to show you my audition. Unless you don't want to see it.
No, I'd love to see.
Okay, so the original series Entourage was about a young actor who was making it big in the movies. And the guys who hung around him, his friends, his manager, his agent, everyone wanted a piece of him.
Oh, I'd be so nervous if I ever had to audition. Oh, but I'd be so thrilled too.
Yeah, it's tough to audition. I was real lucky to have a pro like Masha coach me.
Yes, let's just get to the audition now.
Okay, so I was auditioning for the spin-off series Entourage 2. And this one has a different setup, because in this one there's an up-and-coming actor who's starting to make it big in the movies. And he's played by somebody else, so the implication is that it's a different character.
No, it's not an implication. He is another character.
Right, I know that. So, in this version, his entourage is this old dame who's his agent, and this young guy on coke who's his manager, and his best friend from high school who's a girl who has a disease that causes convulsions. So she can never kiss anyone because she has convulsions. And I live next door to a rabbi played by Judd Hirsch, but he's not on it.
Move it along. Pacey, pacey.
Okay, so he's having an affair with his older lady agent. His name is Bradley Wood. And so the scene is between the older lady agent and Bradley.
I see.
So he comes into the room, and the lady agent is there, and he says, "Hey, good looking, how's tricks?" And Masha used to do the other lines. Do you remember them, Masha?
Yeah, I guess, but why don't you just do it as a monologue and just fall just into it with the other lines?
Okay. Hey, good looking, how's tricks? What? Well, who told you that? Don't cry. Come on, give me a smile. Besides, it's not definite. Well, yeah, it's true. I did meet with some agents at CAA. I thought they were real impressive. I mean, they could call up Sandy Bullock. They could call up Julia Roberts. You have to face it. You don't know that caliber of person. What about loyalty? What about my career? What about my getting ahead? Yeah, I know you put in a lot of time with me, but I put in a lot of time with you too. And I don't know, I think I might like CAA better. Oh, that? Well, just because I go to a different agent doesn't mean we have to stop sleeping together. Well, yeah, it's occasional, but I sleep with other people too. I want to be successful. I can't just go around sleeping with one old broad all the time. Oh, don't cry. I think of old broad as a term of affection. Oh, yeah? Well, screw you!
Oh, excuse me.
I'll be up in a bit to give you a massage.
Oh, thank you, Spike.
Vanya, do you want to come with me?
Oh, no, the soup and sandwich sounds pretty good. I think I'll stay and have lunch.
Okay then. Bye, Spike.
Well, I guess it's just you and me, old pal.
What?
Time to tie on that old feed bag.
Oh, yes.
So tell me, what did you think about my audition? Feel free to be honest.
Oh, well, I liked you very much. You know, I don't know why HBO didn't cast you. I guess they must be muddled.
Yeah, it's messed up, huh? Well, let's go eat and you can tell me more about what you thought.
Tell you more. Well, all right.
Come in, the door's open.
Hello. Oh my, you're beautiful.
Oh, I see I forgot to talk to you about costumes, didn't I? Whatever are you dressed as?
Well, I didn't have anything, so my aunt and uncle took me to Kmart and a princess.
Oh, you are? I see. I didn't get it. I thought you were a child dressed up in your mother's clothes.
I wasn't expecting to go to a costume party.
No, that's quite evident.
What are you dressed as?
Who am I? You can't tell?
Oh, I think so. Are you that silent screen actress in Listen Mansion in the old movie who says, I'm ready for my close-up, Miss Vanya."
I am not Norma Desmond. Although when I'm around you, I feel like her. You must be reading my aura.
Oh, I've never really seen the movie. Just a clip where she says, ready for my close-up. So who are you dressed as?
I am dressed as Snow White, the Walt Disney version.
Oh, I've never seen Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Is it like Little Mermaid?
No! One is about mermaid and the other's about dwarves. You know, since I'm going as Snow White, I feel like everyone else should go as something related to me. You see, like that. That's Grumpy, one of the seven dwarfs.
Doc,
Oh, right, Doc, another one of the seven dwarfs.
Nina, you look lovely.
No, she doesn't. She looks like a child dressed up for Halloween. I'm afraid I just can't have it.
Oh, well, maybe I can't go then. I'm sorry I didn't have the right costume.
Masha.
No, Nina. I'm not saying you can't go to the party. I'm sorry. I'm being a bully. But when you get to my age, whatever age that may be, you get used to having your way. And I guess I'm being monstrous, but lovable monstrous, I'd hope. But the good news is, I do have a costume that does relate to Snow White. And if you'll just put it on, then we'll all be very happy. Now wait right here while I go ask Spike where he put it.
I can't wait to see what he's wearing.
Really? Why?
I can't wait to see what everyone's wearing.
What is he going as?
Oh, well, he's going as Prince Charming, but it took a lot of convincing. So everyone needs to tell him that he looks sexy in his costume. Well, not you, Nina. Vanya, you tell him. I'll be right back. Oh, and thank you, Nina, for being so cooperative.
I wonder what costume she has for me.
Well, I'm afraid I know. You're going to be another dwarf like me. You're going to be dopey.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just happy to be included. I love being around artistic people who create things, who act, who value the arts.
Well, Masha certainly fits that description. Sonya and I, on the other hand, well, we're just two bumps on the wall.
Oh, I don't think so. I think you two have hidden reservoirs that just haven't been tapped yet. Or maybe you're secretly creating things without telling anyone.
Well, that is fascinating that you say that, actually. I have been writing something. I haven't even told Sonya yet.
I thought so. I sensed it. Is it a TV play?
No, it's a play in progress. I kind of wanted to do something like what Constantine writes in The Seagull. And, well, you know how it's really experimental, and you're not quite sure whether it's a play that's ahead of its time or just rotten. And I kind of wanted to do something like that, but related to now, and maybe see if it was any good or not.
Oh, I'm so honored you told me this, and I feel certain it's good. I just feel so bad for Constantine when I read that play. Everyone's so mean.
Oh, well, Life is difficult for everyone, I guess.
You remind me of my uncle, only you're nicer and more artistic. He burps a lot and doesn't say much, and you don't burp that I've noticed. And you're quiet, but then you speak when spoken to. May I call you Uncle Vanya?
If you'd like, sure.
Why don't you let me do a reading of your play tomorrow for everyone?
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for everyone else to hear it yet. I wrote a play when I was younger, and, well, my father made a joke and said it was pathetic.
How is that a joke?
Good question.
Why don't you let me either read it privately for you or the braver choice for everyone else?
Yes, okay. Oh, I didn't expect to befriend you.
Oh, I'm so glad you did.
I thought you were going to be more Spike's friend.
He's oddly handsome. Isn't it terrible that attractive people are so charismatic?
Yes, it's terrible.
Oh, we finally found it.
You said she didn't have a costume. She's wearing a costume.
Well, it doesn't go with Snow White. Dina understands.
I think she looks pretty.
It doesn't matter if she looks pretty if it doesn't go with Snow White. We all agreed that Snow White was the theme.
None of us agreed to that.
Oh, shut up!
It's all right. I want to wear whatever costume she wants me to. I will make Miss Harper happy.
Thank you, dear. Now go and get a paper bag for her head.
I'm
kidding. No, please just call me Vanya. Now why don't you go get changed in the bathroom off the kitchen?
That's the size of the closet.
Oh, she's a small girl. She'll fit fine.
It's all right. I'll be back soon.
Vanya, how do you think Spike looks as the prince?
I think he looks very nice.
And what else?
I think he looks sexy. Although for the full effect, I think he should go in his underwear.
That's what I said!
You've been in your underwear entirely too much today. Oh, let's not argue about it. I'm turning into a Harpy. Oh, everyone just be quiet a moment while I change my aura. I feel better. Life is good. Oh, and Spike, you look handsome as the prince.
Thanks. You make a hot Snow White.
There, there, Oswald. Who's the first monocle? Is it me, Sydney? Oh, to me. Let it be me.
What is that you're doing?
I am the beautiful little queen from Snow White, as played by Maggie Smith on the way to the Oscars.
Well, Maggie Smith has nothing to do with... oh, never mind. You're the evil queen. That's what I'll tell everyone. Oh,
As played by Maggie Smith, about to win an Oscar. Oh, Sydney, do you think I'll win? I already have one Oscar for Miss Jean Brody. Oh, girls, I'm in the business of putting more cash on young children. But it would be lovely to win the second Oscar. My first one is so lonely on my Oh, Sydney, do you agree? Will I win tonight? Oh, tonight, let it be me, Sydney.
Sydney, like Sydney Kowalski?
it's Stanley Kowalski, not Sidney Kowalski.
Cindy, I may have to get a little drunk tonight before they read the nominations. Don't go traipsing off to other tables, leaving me unattended. Not tonight, Cindy.
I still don't understand what it is she's doing.
She is doing Maggie Smith from California Suite. In it, she plays a young actress who is married to a gay man named Sidney. And together they go to the Oscars.
And right, and in the film, she plays an actress nominated for an Oscar. Who then doesn't win the Oscar? But in real life, she was nominated for playing the nominated actress and did win the Oscar. So the nominated actress who lost the Oscar became the nominated actress who won the Oscar. So
Oh, yes, the house. By the way, the weather's been getting awfully violent lately. Cassandra says it's because of climate change and that we're all going to be dead in 10 years. But in either case, we need to repair the roof.
I've been meaning to tell you. I've decided to sell the house. I mean, I poured buckets of money into it, and I'm hardly ever here. And neither one of you two have any money to put into it. And Hootie Pie was nice enough to look at my expenses, and she pointed out that I pour all this money into a house that I hardly ever go to.
I can't believe my ears. We grew up here. Our roots are here.
Oh, well, don't get so sentimental. I mean, I still make movies, and they just don't pay me as much as they used to.
Sonya, beware of Hootie Pie. It wasn't about the costumes. It was about the house.
Masha, Miss Hootie Pie's proud of your judgment. Don't throw away the house that we love and have lived in our lives. And what about the cherry orchard?
What cherry orchard?
We have a large cluster of cherry trees. Don't you remember them from childhood?
Well, maybe, I guess. Aren't there only 9 or 10 of them?
They are an orchard.
Lower your voice, they're only trees. Oh,
So you're just gonna sell the house out from under us and leave us on the streets?
nonsense. You could get an apartment.
But this is our home.
Oh, goodness, such fuss. I shouldn't have mentioned it. Let's just forget about it. Let's just go and enjoy the costume party, all right? Spike, hurry up! Do you two wish to ride with us?
No, I think Sonya and I will ride in our own car.
That's a good idea. Look, stop looking so upset. Financially, I have to be practical. Now, let's just forget it for now and go and have a lovely time at the party, all right? Spike, hurry up! I'm going to the car!
What was Masha yelling about?
She's waiting for you in the car.
All right, well, see you there. Coming!
I feel so fortunate. You all are so kind to me here. But can I ask you something? How do you think I look?
Oh, I think you look wonderful.
Really, thank you. Sonya, you look stunning. That costume is way better than the Snow White one.
Yes, I think I won up to her tonight. She has ways to win in the end.
Oh, isn't sad? Guys, don't be sad. Dear Sonya, Uncle Vanya, life is wonderful, isn't it? Just think, this morning I woke up with no hopes for my artistic endeavors, and then by this evening I have a chance of an agent through Spike, and I'm going to a party with a world-class actress and movie star. Life is like a long, long pathway through the forest, filled with wonderful surprises ahead. Like artistic fulfillment, fame, fortune, love. Do you agree?
Yes. Yes, all those things.
Hey, Joby, get in the car! And I'm not waiting for people. People wait for me, not the other way around, okay?
I'll see you at the party.
Masha's selling the house, and she says, let's go enjoy the party.
We spent all those years taking care of our parents, and yet we forgot to build a life for ourselves.
Oh gosh.
Do you want to just skip the party, and maybe we can find a cake in the freezer and eat the whole thing, and then we can roll around on the kitchen floor until we pass out in a sugar-induced semi-coma?
Oh, you remember how we spent last New Year's Eve? That was fun, but I don't want to do that tonight. No, we're dressed in costume. We never leave the house. I say, let's go to the party, Sydney.
But honestly, why is Masha so angry? Didn't she have a good time? She was speaking.
I don't think she had a good time.
Well, she was speaking to so many people.
Here she comes.
Oh, for God's sake, I don't know why she just can't walk home.
It's dark out. She could fall in a ditch.
She's young, it wouldn't hurt her.
Marsha, stop yelling out the door that it would be fine if Nina fell in a ditch.
Well, I didn't wish it on her. I'm just saying that if you were going to take her home, why didn't you do it first when you and I were in the car? And now you have to go back out for a second trip.
I just drove back here first not thinking about it. What are you so worried about? Do you want to drive with me as I take Nina to her front door?
No, certainly not. I'm not worried about anything. Just don't be long.
All right, I'll be back in a bit.
All right, darling.
Don't wait up.
I just don't know why you didn't take her home first. Do you know what I mean?
It was an honest mistake. I mean, Nina left from here, so it only makes sense to bring her back here.
Wait a minute. Did he just say don't wait up?
I don't know. Is that what he said?
Yes, he did say that. I was surprised he didn't fall to the ground and grab hold of his foot.
What?
When he said, don't wait up, I thought he'd say something.
No, he must have said something that sounded like that. I mean, he's just taking her next door. It should only take 5 minutes.
Maybe he'll go in to meet her family. Maybe she'll offer him a cup of tea or brandy. It can take a long time to separate them. They can have a long conversation.
What's the matter with you? Why are you so hostile to me today?
Now, let's not fight, you two.
I'm just nervous about if he said don't wait up or not.
Well, maybe he didn't. I couldn't tell what he said.
Everything just seems off today. I'm going to give Pootie Pie a piece of my mind. I mean, the Snow White costume was a big bust. Nobody knows the Walt Disney version anymore, so no one knew who I was supposed to be. Oh, and Nina. Oh, that nasty, grasping young girl. She thought I was Norma Desmond. Oh, and someone else said I was Little Bo Peep. And several people thought I was a Hubble figurine.
Everyone seems to like my costume.
Well, don't be so happy about it, Sonya. You're happy at my expense.
Am I? Am I allowed to be happy only when you're happy? Is that one of the rules of being around Masha?
Let's not fight, you two. Okay, I'm gonna go make us all some tea. Now, stop saying these upsetting things. Let's think calming thoughts, okay?
Can it be sleepy time, Pete?
Yes, it can.
Masha, I'm sorry for what I said about Spike taking Nina home. Actually, he mumbled. I'm not sure what he said. And I hope he comes back very soon. I don't want you to be unhappy.
Thank you.
Although, you don't care if I'm unhappy since you want to sell the house out from under us.
Oh, I pay the bills and it's too expensive.
Fine. Vanya and I will take prescription sleeping pills and kill ourselves. Will that make you happy?
Oh, you enjoy complaining too much to kill yourself. You go to your grave complaining. And you cheated on your costume tonight. You said you were going as the evil queen, but no one got mirror, mirror from you. They got Dame Maggie Smith winning a freaking Oscar. If you would have just been one of the dwarves, then my costume would have made sense. Snow White needs at least 3 costumes for 3 dwarves for her costume to work.
Oh, stop talking about your costume. I am sick of hearing about it.
Oh, I should have just called up equity and hired 7 equity actors to play all 7 dwarves. And then you and Vanya could have stayed at home.
I'm glad we went to the party. And people liked me. Yes, they did. And I had a good time. Didn't I, Cindy?
I should have known better than to let you choose your own costume. Anybody who wears a tiara and sequins is always going to be the winner.
Masha, you have won in so many ways your entire life. Can you really not survive one night where I wore a costume that people liked more than the one you wore? Not even for one night are you willing to let me outshine you?
You often outshine me.
When?
Well, And besides, it doesn't matter who preferred whose costume at some stupid party. I'm just having a hard time. Do you mind? I'm feeling older. And my 5 marriages didn't work out. And I had this young man, I thought, who's lusting after Nina and at least 5 other women at the party. Oh, he's clearly oversexed. But I'm just feeling old and vulnerable. So forgive me for having feelings.
Well, I have feelings too. I'm unhappy too. I haven't lived. You've had 5 marriages. Failed, but you had them. My relationships with men have been limited to, here's your change, ma'am, at the grocery store. And I took care of your parents, Vanya and I did. And then we never left because we didn't know how to. We became numb during those 15 years of taking care of them.
Well, I'm sorry if you felt numb, but I was working so that I could pay the bills.
And then when they got Alzheimer's, his was worse. He kept taking off all of his clothes and going to the neighbor's garage and sitting in their car, naked, until they came out to use it. We were always apologizing for him.
This is all in the past. Get over it.
He just left us here. And when I tried to reach you, he'd be off filming in Morocco or someplace. After a while, they stopped recognizing me. They talked about you constantly. Where's Masha, they'd ask. She's off filming some crappy movie, I'd tell them. Oh, isn't that wonderful? She's so pretty and delightful. And then they changed their diapers, wondering all the while, why isn't Masha here?
Oh, I was paying the bills. I was paying your bills. I paid for the house. I paid for the doctor's visits. I paid for the food. I paid for the snow plowing. I paid for the lawn care. I paid for the heat and the electricity. And I sent you both a monthly stipend because I knew you couldn't work. And I knew what you were doing was hard. So I'm sorry if you hated taking care of them. But someone had to work to pay for it all, and it was me.
I didn't hate taking care of them. I said it was hard. And sometimes I liked it. They needed me. They needed Vanya. And when they died, I was sad. Sadder than you. You didn't cry once at their funeral.
Well, I hide my feelings.
Nonsense! You parade your feelings. You put them on display, on the stage, and in the movies. It's exhausting to be around you.
Well, you exhaust me. Your self-pity exhausts me.
And I'm glad my costume stole your thunder, and that people liked me as Maggie Smith, and thought I was fun. I liked that. But so what? My life is pointless. I haven't lived. I haven't lived.
Well, I have lived. And I made my money. And I ruined all my relationships. And now I have nothing. No one loves me. I have no future. My life is
Good God, what is going on here? What is the matter with you two?
I haven't.
My life is over.
Now, whatever is the matter?
My life is empty. I forget something every day. I don't remember the Italian for window or ceiling.
Window is finestra, ceiling is soffitto.
That doesn't sound familiar. I don't think I know Italian.
Well, then you haven't forgotten it, then, have you?
You're giving her all the sympathy. Give me some.
Now, there. I'm sorry you're feeling bad.
I can't remember things either. I can't remember why I should keep living.
No, you're just feeling blue.
Our lives are over. Vanya's too.
You're right. We should cry some more.
true silence is rest for the mind.
Is that the car? Does that mean he's come back?
Oh, you're all up high.
Oh, Spider! Oh, I'm so glad to see you! I was afraid you'd be longer. No, I'm not needy. I just thought you'd be longer. Glad to see you.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, you are, darling. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, come, let us go to bed. I'm exhausted. I want to forget this horrible party and this stressful day. I want to sleep in ecstasy.
Ecstasy. Well, I'll try.
Oh, well, good night, you two. And don't forget, true silence is good for the brain. I don't know.
I am so exhausted.
Oh, here. Have some tea. Oh, I was amazed to see you so outgoing and friendly at the party. You spoke to many people.
Many people spoke to me. I enjoyed myself.
Well, I was amazed to see how animated and friendly you were.
I think we can thank Maggie Smith for that. And the dress. Moss was right. I think sequins are girls' best friends.
Well, you made quite the hit.
Yes, I guess I did, but it wasn't really me. It was because I pretended to be somebody else.
Or the more sanguine response is that you discovered a new part of yourself, and tonight you released it.
Oh, don't be the household Pollyanna. My life is horrible, and don't you forget it. One nice evening in 30 years doesn't count for much.
All right, fine.
Oh, now the tea's cold.
Do you want to throw it on the floor again?
No, I'm too tired.
That's good. Oh gosh, what are we going to do about the house?
I am a wild turkey. I have not lived. I am a wild turkey.
Me too.
beast are you? I do not want to sell the house. I do not want to sell the house. And every time I do think of selling the house, I'm going to get a little bit of pain.
Ow! Vanya, come here!
Oh, I know it's bad to use voodoo, but it's for a good cause. Don't put your brother and sister on the trash pile. You have more money than you could ever need, you greedy movie star. It's a bad chili that puts its loved ones on the trash pile. It's a bad chili that puts its loved ones on the trash pile.
Masha, what's the matter?
There's something wrong with the bed or the sheets. There are pens in them.
Oh, I'm thinking of selling the house.
But you aren't even near the bed.
I'm not making this up.
Hang on, I need some coffee. Do you both want some?
Yeah, man, that'd be good.
Okay,
I can't figure out what this is.
just wait a second. I'll be right back. Oh, Cassandra! What are you...
Beware.
Of what?
Everything.
What are you doing here? This isn't one of your cleaning days.
Oh, now I was worried about you and Sonya. I had presentiments last night. Masha must not sell the house. The market's terrible now anyways. Doesn't she know that? And besides, I'm tired of predicting the future. And then the bad things happen anyways. I want to change the future. I want to change the situation.
Well, Cassandra, that's awfully considerate of you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, how about I go make that coffee for you?
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you. Wait a minute. What's that in your hand?
Nothing. Came in a cereal box.
Cassandra, is this a voodoo doll?
Oh, good. Is that what that is?
That is the same costume that Masha was wearing last night. How did you know?
I'm psychic. And besides, I saw Spike hanging out in the bedroom last night.
And is this why Masha's been screaming all morning?
No, I really couldn't say.
Well, I must say I don't approve of voodoo, though I am impressed. Don't do that again.
All right, I won't. You want to try?
No.
You sure?
No, I do not want to try.
Oh, come on, give it a try.
Well, she doesn't hurt her that much, does she?
Right. Gives her a tiny little pinprick, but it drives its point home. Sends psychic thought waves into her mind and then use it. All right? Masha, listen to my brain. I do not want to sell the house.
It's not working.
That's odd. Well, it just proves my otherworldly powers then, doesn't it? Here, I'll give it a try. Masha, listen to my brain. I do not want to sell the house. Ow! What did I tell you?
What are you two so happy about?
Nothing.
What's behind your back?
Oh, good God, look out, look at
What back?
Must have flown upstairs.
Oh, I hope Masha doesn't see it. She's already freaking out about whatever these pinprick things are.
Oh, she's having trouble with pricks. Women often do.
Haha. Is the coffee ready yet?
No, I was busy talking.
Oh, is the coffee not ready yet? I need to call Hootie Pie this morning. I don't need my coffee first. Oh, Spike, darling, you forgot your running shorts. We can't go running in the neighborhood in your underwear.
Right.
I will go make you coffee.
But before I do, not stamp on these grapes, or on the hearts of your flesh and blood. Beware the nocturnal flying creatures. Beware the hawk, the eagle, the bat. Beware the hooty owls of Bucks County. Avoid all real estate transactions for the next 20 years. You shall sell at a loss. Wait until the market improves, and ponder upon proximity, how close one thing is to another. Young men are meant for young women. Or these women whose decades are within hailing distance. You cannot hail a taxi from 30 miles away. So why then hail a man who is but 10 and 20 when you are 10 and 20 and 20 and 20 and a whole bunch of change? These warnings come not from me, but from the goddess Athena herself and the Furies who are furious. Beware, one of you in this room. Not quite sure who. I believe the initials M. I'll go make that coffee for you.
Oh God, I can't stand her. Oh, ow! What is this? These pinprick things, are they in the air?
I'm not sure what it is.
What's all this screaming going on this morning? Masha, is that you? Did I hear Cassandra's voice? What's she doing here?
Oh, she decided to come and check up on us. I'll explain later.
Is there coffee?
Oh, it's in the process. You know, I met a real estate lady at the party last night. Her name is Agnes, and she's from a real estate company called Country Meadows Real Estate. She's going to be calling you this morning.
Really? Why?
Why do you think?
Let's not get into this now. Let's just at least wait till coffee or Armageddon, whichever happens first.
All right. All right.
Well, I'm gonna go for my run.
Isn't he handsome? Oh,
I don't think I want this shirt though. I'll feel freer without it. Hold on to that for me.
Why is he taking his clothes off all the time right in front of us?
Because you can?
you know, he's just been a little off this visit. I don't understand all this removal of clothing. I mean, in the entertainment industry, you do have to be seductive a lot. But I'm starting to think that Vanya, he's joking with you a bit.
Joking? What do you mean he's joking?
Well, you know, a good actor always likes to give the audience what it wants. And you seem very interested whenever he's taking his clothes off.
Well, he's always doing it right in front of us. I don't know where else to look.
Well, you could read a book.
All right. The next time he takes his clothes off, I'll go read a book. Here, you take this. I don't want it.
Oh. No, he was wonderful in bed last night. Oh! Ow! Oh, these pet things!
Well, we're all out of coffee. I can go make you beef bouillon instead.
Oh, God, no coffee? Could someone just go to the store and get me some coffee, please?
The nearest store is 6 miles away. The Wawa.
The Wawa? Like Helen Keller?
Yes, exactly. Helen Keller learns the word for butter, and then they all sit down and have coffee.
Oh, God, no coffee. I just can't cope.
I have to drive to the Wawa and get you coffee. And perhaps some donuts.
Donuts.
Now, the three of you go back to bed or you're all going to be cranky all day.
Well, I do want to go back to bed, but there are all these pet things still.
You know, I don't think you're going to have trouble with those for a little while at least.
Well, why do you say that?
Oh, no reason. Just intuition.
Masha, you can sleep in the empty small bedroom on the 3rd floor.
That's a good idea. Thank you, Sonya.
Oh, the blue heron isn't out of Vanya this morning. Why do I feel like that's a bad omen?
Well, he's just off eating frogs and fish at some other pond. He'll be back in the morning.
I hope so.
Uncle Vanya? Uncle Vanya? Uncle Vanya, I'm here.
Hello, it's Nina. How's it hanging?
Hello. I'm looking for Vanya. I'm here to read a play he's written.
Oh, he's written a play. Is there a part for a handsome young guy in it?
Well, I haven't read it yet. Ma, you are in very good condition. I congratulate you.
Well, I say if you got it. Come on.
I'm more working on interpretation and projection. I guess Molly will come later.
Yeah, because you never know when your big break will come. Look at Jersey Shore.
Oh, I don't want to. I love the merchant ivory films. Oh, I just saw Smiles of a Summer Night. It's beautiful. Have you ever seen it?
I don't think so. Who's in it?
Oh, Gunnar Nordstrand, Edith Dahlback, and Nicola Jameson.
I guess I'll have to miss it sometime.
Oh, Nina, I thought I heard you down here.
Hey, where's my shirt?
Oh, Masha took it. She's up taking a nap up on the 3rd floor.
All right, I'll check on her.
Oh, she did say she was getting an awfully bad headache.
Well, I won't expect her to put out, all right?
He's so attractive.
Yes, I imagine he is.
Except for his personality, of course. Did you read the play?
Well, yes, here. It's a partial play, and it is in progress still. I wrote it about the weather. I've been very concerned about it. We've been here for 45 years now, and well, over the last 6 or 7 years, the weather has been getting awfully violent and unpredictable.
Oh, yes, global warming. My uncle doesn't believe it.
Well, I hope he lives a very long time and has to suffer through it. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not a nice thing for me to say, is it?
That's all right. So tell me about the play. What's my character?
Well, your character is actually a molecule.
It's not a person.
Well, it still thinks and has feelings, but no, it's not a person.
I wonder if I'll know how to act to be the molecule.
Well, you should just be yourself. I mean, the molecule still speaks in words and phrases, so you should not worry about what a molecule is, and just go with the flow of the words.
I feel this may be a crossroads for me. I can choose to be one of those actors who frets and challenges endlessly and makes rehearsals an enormous trial for everyone. Or I can just say, all right, and go with it. You know, I think I'll be the second person and take a leap of faith.
Oh, what good news! Okay, well, I still want to read it out by the pond because I'm not quite ready for the others to hear it yet. So we should probably go out there.
Sure, oh, you know, I brought my MP3 player just in case you want music underneath.
Well, I don't know. We can try it, and then you can read it aloud to me, and then we can decide if we want to, you know.
I'll get it! Hello? Who wants to know? Oh, Agnes from Country Meadows Real Estate. You've got the wrong number. Don't you call back again.
Goodness, who did you yell at?
Oh, I thought I told you not to call back. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else. Who did you wish to speak to? Oh, she's right here. For you. Who is it? Who's calling, please? Joe.
I don't know who that is.
She said she doesn't know you. Should I hang up angry or polite?
I'll take the call. Hello, this is Sonya. Who's calling, please? Joe? I'm afraid I don't. Oh, Joe from last night. The party. Yes. Yes, this is Sonya. My voice sounds different. Oh, wait a minute. I have a frog in my throat. Hello, Joe. Oh, your head looks so little. Hope you're not an alcoholic. You're not. That's good. But you like to get drunk sometimes. That's a good honest failing. I'm back at it. No, darling, I'm just teasing. Remind me, Joe, what was your costume last night? Oh, a raincoat. Anything else? A fedora. So you were pretending it was raining in 1926, is that right? Oh, you were Sam Spade, the detective. I'm sorry, I should have remembered that. Maggie Smith was in a film where Peter Falk played Sam Spade, and she was Norm Charles from the Finland. You know, Joe, I need to go back to my own voice for a while. Do you mind? I'm sorry, I'm confused. Did you really think that was my voice last night? Oh, I see. Well, I must have forgotten to give you the proper explanation. I was telling everybody I was Maggie, the evil queen as played by Maggie Smith. I guess by the time I met you, I got tired of explaining, and you just assumed this was my real voice. But this is my real voice, actually. It's sort of boring compared to Maggie Smith, but nonetheless, I am who I am, and I'm stuck with it. I'm remembering the person who was Sam Spade. You said you were a widower, is that right? Oh, I'm so sorry. 2 years. No, I'm not a widow. I've been picked. Glamorous? You think I'm glamorous? Oh, I must be honest and assure you I am not glamorous. Oh, I look a fright most of the time. Daily, in fact. And except for last night, I've never gotten hauled out of. Okay, so you think of me as glamorous. Well, I guess I should just accept that. Okay, I admit it. I'm glamorous. I'm a little confused. Why are you calling me today? Because you like me? Why? What? Oh, I said, "How nice. Thank you." But maybe it's my imitation of Maggie Smith you like. I don't do any other imitations, I'm afraid. Go to dinner? Well, maybe. Saturday. I'm not sure. Let me check my book. Joe, I'm sorry. I'm not free on Saturday. Yes, it is too bad. Another time. Yes, well. Wait a minute, would you? Joe, I checked my book again and I made a mistake. It's Sunday that I'm busy. I'm free on Saturday, the day that you mentioned. Yes, I'm free. Saturday, that would be lovely. Weekends are best for you. Oh, that means you have a job then. Nothing. I was just wondering what was the matter with you and I couldn't come up with anything. Maybe you're mentally deficient. Oh, you laughed. That's good. So, Saturday, 6 p.m., you'll pick me up. I'm at 55 Hollyhock Road. Yes, very near to where the party was. Yes, it was a nice party. And you know, if you have to cancel, I'll certainly understand. No, I just mean if you had to. I want to go. But you don't mind if I don't use my Maggie Smith voice, do you? Good. I'll just use it for emphasis. Otherwise, just this voice. Thank you, Joe. How nice of you to say. See you Saturday.
So, would you be able to read this part right here?
Sure. Now, am I a molecule or a TV weather person?
Well, you're probably a hologram, actually. But you should probably think of yourself as a TV weather person.
All right.
Oh, and would you be able to start the music when I give you the cue?
Sure.
Thank you.
You said 3:30. Is it time yet?
Oh, yes, I guess it is.
Spike, Sonya, hurry up, everyone. He's ready.
Oh, thank you all for coming. Gosh, everybody's staring at me. It's so odd. So, I had written a play roughly based on what Constantine writes in The Seagull, and, well, Nina read it for me today, and she very much wanted to read it aloud to you all. Although I must apologize for wasting your time over something that's probably not going to be any good at all, so
Hello, Vanya. You mustn't tell people what they're about to hear is no good.
I guess you're right. That is taking self-effacement to an unnecessary extreme, isn't it?
Vanya, dear, we would like to hear it.
Yeah, man, sounds interesting.
I too have a splitting headache. I'd like to be supportive.
Now, I wrote it for one voice, but Nina and I conferred, and we both thought that certain parts should be read by other people. And so you may see some of us getting up from our seats from time to time. Now, the setting is the universe, long after the Earth ceases to exist. Enter a molecule.
People, lions, eagles, partridges, raccoons, tortoises, possums, hedgehogs, woodchucks, geese, spiders, octopuses, foxes, wild turkeys, frogs, and blue herons. All living creatures are dead. The earth is no more. It's split apart into atoms, cells, tiny molecules. I am one such molecule, and I am lonely. I miss people, animals, books, oatmeal, but they're all gone now. The world ended sometime in the 21st century. In the final days, it was writing to turn on the morning weather report.
Good morning. Welcome to the weather. Carol Erickson could not be here today. She is dead. So I am filling in for her. This morning, Berks County will be getting a tornado. This afternoon, Bucks County will be getting an earthquake. And you may, this evening, Berks, Bucks, and Montgomery counties will have a thunderstorm. And you may have found yourself surviving the tornado and the earthquake. But after the insane amount of record rainfall we had in July, all the trees are going to fall over and squash your house and your car and maybe even you. Now to the national forecast. Chunks of Florida fell into the ocean yesterday. It was kind of funny, except people died. Tomorrow more chunks are going to fall into the ocean. So move to the center of the state if you can, or hover above it all in a helicopter if you can do that. Arizona and Texas have finished their 320th day without rain, and the entire two states are now on fire. And that's the weather.
It was a horror. Horror, horror, horror. The world was like a patient who desperately needed the intensive care unit, and yet there was no intensive care to be had. Those who had pills, any pills, took them all at once and hoped to die. Luckily, 3 simultaneous meteorites came crashing out of the sky and put everybody out of their misery. And just like that, the earth was no more. And one of the brother and sister who used to sit in the morning room and watch a pond out the window.
Good morning, Sonya.
Good morning, Vanya.
Did you sleep well?
I don't know. Are we alive or are we dead?
Well, we are molecules, and we're remembering the past and mourning its end.
I don't understand this play.
I remember looking out the window at the pond for years and years. Sometimes it was boring, but I miss it.
I miss washing my hair.
I miss iced tea.
I don't like that line.
I miss Law and Order SVU.
I miss myself pity. It was fun.
I miss having plans for the future.
I miss boring chores, which in retrospect seem wonderful. Putting the dishes away, making a list of things to do, licking the mail.
Licking the mail? That's kind of raunchy, old man.
What? Licking the mail one is about to take to the post office. The letters one has written. Licking the stamps that you put on the
Licking the
letters.
stamps?
Forget it. It's no good. I'm going to have to rewrite it.
No,
We should stop.
I like it. I like it. Keep going. It's much better than Constantine's play. It's more varied.
Okay. Whose line is it? Does anybody know?
Come on. I miss baby powder.
Oh, you know what? The I miss section is going on a little too long. Why don't we skip to the top of the next page?
All right. How sad to be a molecule. How sad to be a speck. How did the world come to an end? Were there Cassandras we didn't listen to? Did we keep an oil burner too long? Spike, stop that. Why didn't we switch to solar panels? Why didn't we buy an electric car? Why didn't we recycle?
Excuse me! Stop that! You're being very rude.
I'm still paying attention. I can multitask. I can read a book and text or drive and tweet.
You can multitask. How wonderful. Oh, you Twitter and tweet. Oh, your life is abuzz with electrical communications. I know that older people are always saying that the past was better, but honestly, instead of a text message with all those lowercase letters and no punctuation, what about a nicely crafted letter sent through the post office? Or a thank you note?
Yeah, it was all real elegant back then. You had to wait 5 days for a letter, but it was great. Time marches on, dude.
We used to lick postage stamps back then! Obviously you've never heard of that. They didn't just peel off ready-made with the sticky stuff on the back. The sticky stuff needed to be activated by your wet tongue. It took time. If you had to send out many letters, you could be licking stamps for 10 minutes or so. We used whiteout for corrections and typewriters to write letters and carbon papers for copies. We had telephones back then, and to dial a number, you had to stick your index finger in a round hole representing 2 to 0. If the number was 9099999, it could take hours for you to dial a number. We had to have patience then, and we used to make postage stamps. I mean, it was unpleasant, but it had to be done. We didn't multitask. Doing one thing at a time seemed appropriate. But I guess you can sort of listen to a play, and sort of send an email, and sort of play a video game all at the same time. Oh, it must be wonderful. I know I sound like a crank, but I don't like change. My play is about scary changes in the weather, but there are other changes that have happened. There are 785 television channels, and you can watch the news report of what you already think. Back in the 50s, there were only 3 or 4 channels, and they were all in black and white. And you didn't have to worry about child stars growing up to become drug addicts like Lindsay Lohan. I mean, Haley Mills was in the original Parent Trap, and she grew up to be a nice, sensible woman. We didn't watch South Park. We watched Howdy Doody, starring a puppet. And then there was Kukla, Fran and Ollie, starring 2 more puppets and a sweet old lady named Fran. Oh, we watched puppets back then. We watched the Perry Como show. Oh, he was soothing. And then the Dinah Shore show. She was charming. The Bishop Sheen show. He was a Catholic bishop, and he was on Sunday evenings, and he gave sermons on television. I mean, we weren't Catholic, but we watched him anyway. He said sensible things on television. And the Ed Sullivan show was on just before the Bishop Sheen show. And he had opera singers on, and stars from current Broadway shows. Oh, Richard Burton and Julie Andrews would come on and sing songs from Camelot. It was wonderful. And it helped theater be a part of the national consciousness, which it isn't anymore. And he had Senior Wincess on, who was a ventriloquist with a Spanish accent. And he would draw a face on his fist, and he would make it speak. Hello! 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 And his act lasted like 7 hours. And as a child, I thought to myself, God, this must be what eternity feels like.
I thought you were talking about things you liked in the past.
You know what? You're right. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm being inconsistent. Be quiet. Be quiet! We used to like postage stamps, and we wrote letters. You know, I preferred Bishop Sheen to Senior Wincess. Bishop Sheen used his real mouth to speak, not a fake one drawn onto his fist. You know, I still remember him talking about the seed falling on the good soil, and the seed falling on the bad soil, and the seed falling on the rock. In other words, build your life on a good foundation. Now, I haven't done that, but I always meant to. Bishop Sheen said I should. I guess I got lost somewhere. But I'm saying all of this in retrospect. I didn't think these things when I was 10. I was just trying to get through life one day at a time when I was 10. And I didn't have a life ahead of me where I was almost going to be cast in Entourage 2. But I guess you're living a good life, and I'm living a bad one. I wonder, are there any parts for older characters in Entourage 2? Is there a part for a man in his 50s who's led a useless life and is looking back feeling bitter? May I audition for that role? Could you check?
Vanya, you seem overwrought. You're talking way more than usual. Do you want to go lie down somewhere?
I have the rest of my life to nap. I am not finished yet. We used to lick postage stamps and we wrote letters. We didn't have answering machines. We had to call people back. We ate Spam just like the soldiers in World War II did. Have you even heard of World War II? We played Scrabble and Monopoly. We didn't sit alone in our rooms playing video games in some virtual reality where we would kill prostitutes and policemen as if that was some sort of entertainment. I mean, the popular entertainment wasn't so insane back then. I mean, sometimes it was corny, but it was sincere. We all saw Davy Crockett, and we wore coonskin caps. Now, that may not sound sane, wearing those caps, but it was innocent, and there was a solidarity to it, unlike killing prostitutes alone in your room in a video game. We all followed the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, starring real-life Ozzie and Harriet Nelson. Although Adventures was a strange word because they would do things like, oh, let's go make popcorn in the kitchen, and let's find missing socks. In retrospect, it seems medicated. It was a stupid show, but it was calming, and you didn't feel like it was stirring people up and creating serial killers. I'm sorry, I am getting off the point, but my point is, the 50s were idiotic, but I miss parts of them. I still remember going to the movies when I was 13. We went and saw Goldfinger with Sean Connery starring as James Bond. And I didn't understand the name of the character, Pussy Galore. It went right over my head. Nowadays, 3-year-olds get the joke. They can barely walk and they understand what Pussy Galore means. The weather is changing. The culture is very weird. I am not a conservative, but I still miss parts of the past. I Love Lucy was wonderful, and everybody watched it. And Davy Crockett, and the Mickey Mouse show. Oh, boys just past puberty would fixate on Annette Funicello. We didn't identify with rock stars back then. We identified with Mouseketeers, Annette, Darlene Gillespie, Cubby O'Brien. My favorite was always Tommy Kirk, who was one of the Hardy Boys in the Mickey Mouse show. Oh, he later went on to star in Disney's Old Yeller, about a boy and his dog. His father was off fighting in the Civil War, and it was Tommy who took the responsibility and became the grown-up of his house, not his mother or his younger brother. And initially, he didn't want the dog, but then later he bonded with it. And then at the end of the film, Old Yeller gets rabies and starts foaming at the mouth. And poor Tommy Kirk has to shoot his dog while crying his eyes out. It was a traumatic moment in our national past, a shared one. You know, I always wondered what happened to Tommy Kirk, and so I did a Google search on him. And I learned that sometime after he was in Son of Blubber, Walt Disney found out that Tommy Kirk was gay and fired him. Dropped his contract. Tab Hunter, on the other hand, was also gay. But his studio just saw to it that he went on pretend dates with starlets.